Go figure. This is the Star Report, Sunday evening. And let me say this. The yard man better not ever say boom bye-bye out of his mouth again, or he will be dealt with. Okay, tonight's show, as you can see, the West Indian Day Parade, Crown Heights, where I spent many, many years. Their first transgender Grand Marshal. And a Puerto Rican, a legendary Puerto Rican at that, in case you don't know, Victoria Cruz, a Stonewall survivor. I have spoken about her in the past. Good evening, Troll Babies. How you guys doing? Thank you for stopping by. I'm sipping coffee, all right? And I got some apple slices tonight. I'm still on that fugazi shit. I have not had a drink or a drop of alcohol in 3 weeks, but I'm no quitter. I'll be back later on this week, all right? Okay, Victoria Cruz, legendary, as I said, LGBTQ plus activist, survivor of the Stonewall riots in New York City, in case you don't know. I'm not sure how old Victoria is. Got to be early to mid-70s. But she, or Sherm, whatever you want to consider her, will be parading and sashaying up Eastern Parkway. Oh, and the security will be tight. The police in Brooklyn, New York, they are not going for the dumb shit. Has anybody been to Juve yet this weekend? Okay. All right. Good evening. Welcome to the show that never ends. We're going to talk tonight. First, let me say R.I.P. to Pat Stay. I never met Pat, a legendary battle rapper. He was killed this morning, I guess, late last night. I'm not sure of the exact time, up in Nova Scotia. We followed each other on Twitter. Incredible, bars, and even though I never met him personally, he appeared to be a really, really nice guy. I mean, he's had some legendary battles, and I think he just put out a diss track a little over a week ago against aimed at rapper Game. Yes, no, anybody? Pat Stay, 36 years of age. We'll talk about this later, or if anybody wants to call in. And at some point, we may even do a moment of silence. He was worthy of that type of praise. Just a great, great battle rapper. And I think I remember him talking about having a daughter. I could be wrong, but we'll talk about that later, all right? Also, look at that showrunner. Did Italians contribute to hip-hop? Somewhere over the weekend, I saw a young Guinea. And I'm not mad at him. He was talking about, I'm sure, there were some contributions, yada, yada, yada. Any merit to what he was saying? Again, I didn't get his name, but someone can please call in, let's acknowledge him. Is there any validity to what he said? He was saying that Italians contributed to hip-hop. Troll Babies, let me go to you first. Crown King, I got your donation. Thank you so much. Well, let me just say this. I'm only half Italian, Neapolitan, not to be confused with Sicilian trash. And family and friends used to claim me when I got on never mind Hot 97. When I got on MTV, I was on MTV for a year. Did a show called The Beat Suite, 5 days a week, 1 hour a day. Oh, cousins started coming out of the woodwork. Hey, Troy, what's up, bro? They were claiming me. Now, we didn't fuck with each other like that in the 70s, and as you know, my father didn't want them inside the home. My father was just a straight-up country nigga. You had to, make an appointment to come inside the house. But anyway, they started claiming me. And then when I got on Hot 97, he's not even into rap music. He's in a rock and roll. So I know how they can be. But here's the thing. Hip-hop, let's keep it real, has taken from that Sicilian gangster culture. You've even heard me say that, the Italians, the WAPs, and WAP used to stand for without papers. That's who started your drive-bys in Chicago, shooting innocent people in broad daylight as they were trying to, kill each other. Can I get an amen if you know your history? That's who started that shit. It wasn't the blacks out in goddamn California. That's who started the goddamn drive-bys, all right? All right, but did Italians contribute to hip-hop? If you're from the New York tri-state area, you do know that there has been tension over the decades. I dated 2 girls in Howard Beach. I had a girlfriend in Sheepshead Bay. And there's other places where, you know, it was filled with tension. And what's the name of that movie Spike Lee did with Wesley Snipes? I was no Spike Lee fan, but what's the name of that movie? Jungle Fever. Jungle Fever. Now, that was, you know, exploiting the tension, but a lot of that shit was real. Sheepshead Bay and other places, okay? Okay. All right. So that's my top story. In case you don't know, the link and the video is in my community section, the West Indian Day Parade. First ever transgender Grand Marshal. Is this a good thing? Can I get some Puerto Ricans to tap in? I spoke to Jen Garcia earlier from On the Block with Jen. She might be busy. Maybe she'll tap in. I don't know. Is this a new direction? Have the Jamaicans gotten past all that Chi-Chi-Man stuff? And what was that group's name? Oh, they came on the Star and Buckwild show back in the days. Was it TOK? Oh, and I squeezed them and I made them say the F-bomb over and over because they didn't even want to say what the song was about. Anybody remember? Was it TOK? Fire and we burn them. Oh, that was crazy. I think it was TOK. Let me Google it right quick before we start doing too much here because I got OCD. Chi-Chi-Man. What year was that? Oh, there it is. Yeah, TOK. And one of those little niggas who was in the group, he was zesty as fuck. When they came in for the interview, all bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. What year did that song come out? Okay, I don't see, I just see Apple, iHeart. 2001, there you go. 2001. That was a monster hit. Well, in the New York tri-state, I'm not sure about where else, but so here's my question, amongst other questions tonight. Has the Yard Man always been gay? Have they just been suppressing it? Do you know the boogery laws? And let me print that out too. I'm doing a lot. Hold on a second. And I would like a yard man to call in and break this down. Men killed under the Buggery Act. Oh my goodness. I got to print this out. This is a lot right here. Buggery Act 1533, formerly an Buggery. What was that DX21 used to say in Buckwild? Gunshot for every pussy clod, huh? Oh my goodness, this is gonna change things if you ask me. Okay, I'm printing that out. Okay, phone line should be open. Give me a second, guys. I want to make sure I line everything up here before we get rolling. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, are you calling in? Hold on. Give me a second, guys. Sunday night. What a beautiful day I had for those who give a shit. Nice and rainy. Oh, and you know what I have to talk about? Did anybody see Bishop T.D. Jakes this morning? He put his Mac down so hard, and his shoes matched his white beard. Damn! I was pimping, troll babies. Anybody see or do you pay attention to Bishop T.D. Jakes? I do. I was planning to go see him at the Potter's House. That's his church in Dallas. But then I found out he's going to be here in Atlanta, September the 22nd. They're doing something, Woman, Thou Art Loosed, something like that. And he said on his live stream this morning, 48,000 people live watching. He said, please don't try and contact us for tickets. We're sold out. Now's not the time. Niggas got monkeypox, still dying from COVID. Niggas is getting shot every goddamn day. And TD Jakes is telling people, we're sold out. We can't do nothing for you. Please don't bother us. Damn. That is pimping, okay? The Real Rico Mercado got your donation. Okay, never forget Rory still loves Britney. Speaking of Rory, whoa. Rory, are you out there? I know he's traveling. Rory, does anybody want to chime in about Italians? Did Italians contribute to hip-hop? That's my showrunner. Hey, 240, can you sit tight? Sit tight, 240.
I got you, Star.
Okay. What is this? Somebody sent me. Okay, is this? Okay, that has nothing to do with tonight's show. And one more cash app before we get rolling. I feel like talking to you tonight. Okay, Blade says Star tried. Whoa. Blade says Star riled up the mob that killed Yusef Hawkins. No, Blade, slow that down. I wasn't even on the radio then. That was 88, 89. No. But, Blade, do you know your history? I'm sure you do, because you keep your foot on my neck. Patty Duke, who worked at Hot 97 for, I think, maybe 15 years or more. He worked on the Angie Martinez show. He was in court. I forget if he was convicted or something with regards to the mob that jumped and killed Yusef Hawkins. Did you know that, Blade? Patty Duke from the Angie Martinez show. And they all knew. They all knew at the station. Buck Wild told me one day. Buck Wild used to hang in front of the station every morning. He would go downstairs, take cigarette breaks. He and the program director, Tracy, we used to call her the Chimney because she smoked so much. So Buck and the Chimney are down there, and Buck comes back upstairs and says, yo, you know that white boy, Patty? I said, what about him? He said, yo, he was down with those people that killed Yusef Hawkins. I said, no shit. And I didn't really pay attention at the time because I was trying to get money from the station. So, but I'm just saying, it was known. Thank you, Blade, for your donation, all right? And TJ got your donation. Okay, hold on a second. Well, TJ says, Star, the fuck? Of course Italians contributed to rap stage names. Okay, let's have that conversation. Now, I'm not going to say they created nothing, but, contributed, I think, that guy. And let's get that young man's name. I think he's got a valid point. He just popped up on Instagram, and people started letting him have it. all those goddamn rappers. It got so bad. I was on the microphone around 2001 just saying, Jesus Christ, can you stop sucking Italian Tool? Because they all were naming themselves Gotti, Gambino. It was crazy. Good evening, 240. Are you there? 240.
What's up? What's going on?
How are you, sir? I got two titles tonight.
Listen,
where do you want to start?
Listen. I'm over here. I live in Brownsville.
Okay, sir, your phone sounds bad. Please, headset, whatever you're doing. I want to hear you. I'm a patient man, but sounds crazy.
So, my bad. I'm sorry. Can you hear me?
There you go. Yes, sir. How are you?
So tonight, I got to take the Eastern Parkway to work.
Come on.
It's crazy, man. People are getting ready. They got it locked down from Rockaway Parkway all the way to Grand Army Plaza. I don't even think a lot of these people know the Grand Marshal's transgender. I think they're going to lose.
They know now, sir. I'm snitching, my nigga.
The police commissioner said they're going to have metal detectors at every entrance. Jube is going to be nuts. Once they find out it's going to be a transgender Grand Marshal, more fire. No, sir. They ain't going to do nothing. They're going to learn their place. How old are you, sir? You say you're Brownsville? How old are you? Brownsville, 34.
Okay. Never ran, never will, right?
Never ran, never will.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
going to be nuts. They already got the Parkway locked down. Juve is tonight.
Are you foundational Black American, ADOS, Caribbean? What are you, sir? Let's talk that real talk tonight.
Sir, I'm American. I'm a Black American. I'm not down with all of
Okay.
that so-called woke
Well,
shit.
what? No. Sir, if you're American Black, you're by lineage. Never mind the little titles. By lineage, this is your goddamn land. Don't give those goddamn Jamaicans all that credit. They're going to learn their fucking place like everybody else. They're not going to touch that goddamn transgender.
Listen, sir, I can't wait till Kingston Avenue shut down that West Indian parade. I'm waiting for the Jews to come shut them down any minute. I don't want them to have no parade every year.
Let's go.
What?
Let's go.
They disrespect us every year talking about, back home. Back home, you don't even have warm water.
Right.
Back home, you have powdered milk.
Yeah.
So we need to shut that parade down. I can't wait.
Respect the jokes. The Germans are now moving in on the goddamn parade.
Listen, I'm surprised the Jews still let them do that on Kingston Avenue. They let them walk past Kingston Avenue. All that noise going on. I'm surprised.
Well, now, hang on a second. So you say you're how old again? How old are you?
34.
Okay. The history of the parade, in case you don't know, early 70s, if I'm not mistaken. Something happened up in the 60s. They revoked the license. I forget which parade, and then they moved it to Brooklyn early 70s. That parade makes a lot of goddamn money. So the Hasidic and the Ashkenazis don't have a choice. They've been trying to kick up dust over the decades to stop it. It makes too much money for the city. Now you have a legendary, let's put some respect on Victoria Cruz's name, legendary Puerto Rican transgender Grand Marshal. Those Jamaicans will bow down, kiss the ring. They will get money because they are capitalists too, and this will be a brand new day. I'll give it the last word.
I don't have nothing to say, man. Times has changed. I just hope they shut the parade down. But I tell you one thing, you never know. Like you said, I'm thinking that people don't know it's going to be a transgender Grand Marshal, but while he's walking down Eastern Parkway, you never know. Them dudes that be screaming all about people and all that, they may say, "Vogue, girl, Vogue."
Yeah. So listen, you know that the yard man is with that Fosse whole shit too. He's with it. Okay, he don't want to respond to that. Can I get a yard man on the line tonight? Or you gonna learn your place? The goddamn Puerto Rocks have moved in. Why don't I see the phone lines popping? You ain't scared, are you? If you're scared, go to church. Rebel of Hip Hop, thank you for your donation. Hold on a second. Let me read this. Italian Mafia inspired some hip hop styles like mafioso, rap, The Firm, right? Cool G rap, right. White Boys in Howard Beach, fuck with 90s hip hop heavy. Listen. Who remembers the Star and Buck Wild Show 2006 on Power 105? We screaming, "Free Fat Nick! Free Fat Nick!" Big Eye Key tapping in. I got your donation. Thank you very much for your support, as always. Hey, Blade, you sent me an email earlier. What was that about? Hold on a second. I wanted to respond. Hold on. Was it... Blade, what was your email about earlier? Give me a second, guys, because it's on the tip of my tongue here. Hold on. No. And I want to talk about Tasha K and Jessica Reed as well. I got a lot going on, guys. Give me a second. Is this it, Blade? Folks, I don't know what's going on with Larsa Pippen and Michael Jordan's son, Marcus, and I don't care. Give a goddamn. Okay, Blade, you sent me an old link about Tila Tequila. Blade, I don't care about that broad, man. I was posting some of her videos last year in my community section. She's talking crazy. She's calling black women nappy-headed and all sorts of shit. She's quoting the Bible. And yeah, her life has gone from sugar to shit. But at the same time, niggas were gassing her up back in the days. Yes, they were. Niggas were gassing her up, okay? Blade sends another donation. 702, sit tight. 702, sit tight. Sit tight, okay. Okay, I knew Buck was extorting him. Yeah, Blade says he knows. Okay, you're saying Buck was extorting Patty Duke? I don't know. Possibly. Buck has always been a grimy Brooklyn nigga. It's my nigga for real though. But if he finds out something, yeah, he'll press you. Oh shit, 702. Is that my nigga?
Yes, it is.
Well, Jen, I'm your nigga tonight. Are we repping Puerto Ricans moving in on Jamaicans? Do you know the backstory? We spoke earlier. What's cracking, Jen? Let's go. Victoria Cruz.
Victoria Cruz, okay? That Puerto Rican queen put respect on her name. Respect with a K.
Jen, your phone sounds a little crazy. Your phone sounds a little different. Can you make some adjustments so we can hear you? Hello?
Yeah, hold on.
Give her a second.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, much better. Go ahead. Okay, you were saying?
Yeah, I was saying put some respect with a K on Victoria Cruz, okay? That Puerto Rican queen is representing, and I agree with you. Ain't nobody gonna do shit.
That's right.
Okay? They're gonna go, they're gonna enjoy. They're gonna bop, okay? They're gonna grind, they're gonna dance, and they're gonna go home. Ain't nobody doing jack.
Damn thing, yeah. Born in 1945. Damn, either 75 or 76 years of age, a Stonewall survivor. Legendary. Most people are not even up to speed on this. And when I went to the news video, all the comments were off. Did you see the video? Not that you had to, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go.
Yeah, I don't think it's well-deserved. I don't know who else could rep the way she could rep. So I'm glad that she's doing it. I'll be watching on TV or wherever I can get the footage, but I don't think there's going to be, I know that whole stigma and all that, with Jamaicans and West Indians and blah, 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 and the LGBTQ, but I don't think there's going to be any smoke behind it. I think people are going to enjoy it. It's a sign of the times. Here we are. And people just got to move on and get over it. People got to move on and get over it. She is legendary. She paid her dues. She deserves to be there. So I'll be waving my Puerto Rican flag.
Have you ever been to the West Indian?
In the name.
Have you ever been to the West Indian Day Parade?
Yes, I have.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes, I have. I was on a float. I got pictures and everything. I was on a damn float.
Okay. I used to charge
people.
Yes,
I was.
Because my office and where I lived was 824 St. John's, right off of Nostrand and St. John's. Every year for about maybe 7 years, I used to charge people to use the bathroom on the first floor of my office in the arcade. We had a sign, restroom, $1.50.
Yeah. Capitalism.
Yeah, you goddamn right. So,
I think this is dope. I'm really proud of her. I think this is dope. You know what I mean? You can't get rid of the Puerto Ricans no matter how much you try. We are here with our flags in hand. I'm proud of her. I'm happy. It's well-deserved. It's long overdue. And people are going to accept it. They're going to talk. You know what I mean? They're going to fuss, but they're going to accept it. This is where we are now, period. This is where we are.
All right, so now you are a proud Puerto Rican, Jen, and you know everybody on this show gets it, so don't ever take anything personal. But I have to ask you, is the Latin community, are they making their moves now? Are they making their moves? It's pretty soon they're going to be saying, hey, we want reparations. We want reparations. African Americans, they've been asking for it, but goddamn it, we demand it. And now they're moving in on the West Indian Day Parade. Is there something you feel that we should know?
No, I don't think we'd ever ask for reparations. As far as moving into the West Indian Day Parade, I mean, it's all Caribbean. So it's all in the family, right? The Caribbean, Puerto Rico, and Jamaica, and Bahamas. We're all the same. We're all in the same soup, so to speak. So it's just family hanging out with family. So I don't think it's an invasion. We all eat coconuts, right?
If you say so.
We all eat mango. So it's just, it's family hanging out. If you ask me, when I went, I felt like I was with family on that float. So. That's how we do. That's how we do. We don't divide and say your group over there, your group over there.
Right,
you know what I
right,
mean?
right.
If you could swim and you eat mango and coconut, then you family. You eat fried banana, you family.
That sounds hot, and with all due respect, Jamaicans are being forced out of Jamaica. Chinese are taking over that goddamn island. So with respect to this is a landmark thing going on here again with Victoria Cruz.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything that West Indians, you think, will they feel some type of way because of the history of the buggery laws, of the resisting the homosexual lifestyle and behavior, or again, you just feel that they have to accept that this is a brand new day, get used to it?
Like what I hope will happen is different from what I think will happen. I think the older West Indian folks, the elders, they're going to have something to say. Like, they're going to raise hell. They are going to raise hell. But I think the people at the West Indian Day Parade at this point now, they're younger generation and more accepting. But yeah, they're going to raise hell. They're not going to greet Victoria Cruz with open arms. I doubt it. Because of the stigma, of the LGBTQ and all of that on the islands. But, I think they're going to be, bitching, so to speak, from their homes, on their couches, right? That's what I think.
But they're powerless.
Without a hitch.
They're powerless, so they're gonna fall into, get in line, and this is just some new shit. Hey, are you doing a show tonight?
Yeah, no, I mean the party. No, I'm not. I'm gonna go catch this Ruiz fight. I want to go see that real quick. I don't
Ruiz.
know if it's over.
It's Ruiz.
Ruiz.
Have you ever
You
been?
saw that? My oppression was kicking in. I said Ruiz. It's Ruiz.
Have you ever been to Jamaica? You been to Jamaica?
No, not yet. I've been to Turks and Caicos. No, I haven't been to Jamaica yet.
Upscale.
I've been to Turks.
Upscale and fancy.
Yes, I've been to Turks. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I wanted to talk really quickly. I got one thing to say about your showrunner. Did Italians influence or
let's go, yeah.
contribute to hip hop?
Contribute to hip hop. Come on.
Because this is what I gotta say. There's so many, black rappers or FBA, whatever you want to call them, or melanated rappers named after Italians.
Yeah.
How dare you say Italians didn't contribute? How dare you? You got Capone, and what's the other guy? And you got Gotti, and you cannot say Italians didn't contribute if y'all all running around with their names.
And
that's what I gotta say.
Wu Gambinos, I mean the whole, not just
Childish Gambino. There you go.
Gambino.
Childish Gambino.
So should we
They
say?
call me Paisano.
Should we say did black people steal from Italians in hip hop?
Yes. It's definitely cultural appropriation. Yes.
I like
it's
that.
Absolutely cultural appropriation.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And the Italians should stand up and do a hostile takeover. And get their names back.
Okay. Hey, good to talk to you. And you're going live again when? This week, I imagine?
Yeah, definitely this week. I'll be back on Monday. If you missed it, I did Puerto Ricans and hip hop with all the Puerto Ricans legend on the last stream. I had Big Daddy Kane, Grandmaster Caz. Everybody was over there.
Nice.
Crazy Legs,
Nice.
Tony Touch, Whip a Whip.
Okay.
Joe Conzo.
Contributors.
Stuff. It was really dope.
Contributors. Good guys. Contributors.
Yeah.
All right, Jen.
Creators.
So say you. But have a great night, Jen. Thank you for tapping in. Thank you.
All right, Star. Thank you. Good night.
Bye now. All right. On the Block with Jen. Check her out. Subscribe. All right. West Indian Day Parade. Yeah, don't all get at me at once. Let me go to the troll babies. Have the Jamaicans been caught off guard here? Did start catching with the uppercut? Hold on a second, guys. Robert, I got your donation. I don't see a message, but thank you for your support, sir. And guys, at the top of the live chat is the information to hit the like button, and if you want to send in a PayPal donation, there's the information, okay? Is it Jacob Star, keep repping the real. All right, thank you, sir. Thank you. Okay. Hey, let me mention something here before I forget. Tasha K. and Jessica Reed. The sit down, the discussion. That was a meeting that needed to happen. It needed to happen. How did it happen? I made it happen. They needed to talk, and it was a great sit down. The two of them have a lot in common. And I want to thank Tasha. She handled that interview with such professionalism, such care, such honesty. And as you may or may not know, I broke the story originally when I interviewed Jessica Reed. And she's been through a lot, and she's still going through a lot. I am only here to help her, not, advise her or guide her. She's a smart woman. She's a mother. She's a career girl. And the discussion that they had was only a discussion that two females could have. I interviewed Jessica, yes. And I've already told you how that happened. At first, I was like, I don't know, because I just didn't want that Breakfast Club affiliation. I have no beef, no issues, no scores to settle. But when they came back with the paperwork and the proof from the South Carolina Medical Examiner's Office that Jessica Reed was raped, I had to interview her. I had to assist her with telling her story. So, go to Unwind with Tasha K. and try to be objective and just listen. Listen to them. There was no editing. It was just a 3-hour discussion. I thought it was beautiful. Beautiful. Again, I couldn't have done that type of sit down with Jessica Reed. She needed to talk to another woman and get it all out. And I thought that, again, it was just a great, great discussion. I wasn't even there. I just got them on the phone together. I'll just say that, okay? All right, sit tight, guys. I'm coming to the phones. Something else I'm going to mention here. You know what? Hold on a second, guys. Let's do the right thing. This is from the heart. This is from the heart. Can we take a moment of silence for Pat Stay? Never met him, but I liked his demeanor, his impact, his presence is well known. 36 years of age. He was in some type of altercation. He was stabbed. And as I said, we follow each other on social media. A lot of respect for this young man. He will be missed, but let's take a moment of silence for those of you who are into battle rap like myself. Okay. Welcome back. All right. Gorilla Zoe, I got your donation. Gorilla Zoe says, Jen, I'm Haitian, but keep that bussy talk in Puerto Rico. We ain't family. Then he calls her a name. Thank you, Gorilla Zoe. Tony Touch, or someone impersonating Tony Touch. Yankee boy star. You black Americans are way more zesty than us Jamaicans with all you pegging and chi-chi mans. Right. Fuck out of here. Okay, low prestige, tapping in. R.I.P. legendary battle rapper Pat Stay, yes. He says, I was on Eastern Parkway today, and it looked like they were gearing up for the rainbow antics to me. Yeah. I think I read this one, Rebel of Hip Hop. Thank you so much for your contribution. Hey, guys, also, Let me change my screen because we're going to be doing something different with the advertisers and sponsors. So now's the time to get at me. Here's my email information. And I say this with all due respect. Please do not DM me on Instagram. I don't even check IG DMs like that. Okay. There is my email information for advertising and live reads. You know what live reads are? Live reads are when the host personally endorses your products. If you have products, you can always mail me the products so I can sample them, hold them up on the screen like I do with a lot of my sponsors. And we can do things other than just put you in the community section. We can pin your link to the top of the comments 2-3 times a week. All right, there's my email information, pardon me. All right. 209. Sit tight, I'll be right back. Sit tight. 209. Okay. Okay, if you're sending in a donation, cool. Please just don't email me like we're friends. We're not. Is that my homie King Simon? Are you calling in, sir? King Simon. Peace, King Simon, are you calling in? I got your email. You can email me, sir. What's going on, King Simon? A Puerto Rican, transgender, now the Grand Marshal. Not just any Puerto Rican. Let's get it straight. And if you are Puerto Rican watching this live stream or the rebroadcast, Victoria Cruz is a fucking legend, okay? Okay, hold on a second, guys. Morehouse Entertainment got your donation. Oh, catch this one. Italian's only contribution was hiding Patty Duke at Hot 97. Okay. I'm deleting some goofy ass email. Fuck out of here. Niggas always trying to line me up. Okay, King Simon says during the 1920s in New York, a Trinidadian immigrant began doing it. Yes, I'm aware of that, King Simon, but I'm talking about now in modern times. Didn't the parade kick off in Brooklyn in the early 70s? I forget, King Simon. I've been to so many goddamn West Indian Day parades in Crown Heights. I used to be up on the Parkway. I've never actually been on a float. That was just a little too much for me. But Buck Wild and all his friends used to be on the goddamn tractor trailers, smoking, drinking, hooping and hollering. Okay. Ricky Rick tapping in. Niggas are mad Big Pun is better than Biggie. Big Pun was my guy, Christopher Rios. You know what I mean? I liked Biggie, Christopher Wallace, but I thought that lyrically, Big Pun was, he was the man. Thank you for your donation, Ricky Rick, all right? And Morehouse Entertainment is, again says, every dollar is towards getting Jen the fuck out of here. Well, we got to hit the $500 mark if I'm going to sit Jen down for 30 days. You know, I am a capitalist, all right? 209, good evening. Are you there? 2.
Yo, what's up, my nigga?
My nigga, Randy, what's cracking? Let's get to it.
Not much, chilling. Just wanted to chime in on how, you know, the Hispanics are leading the charge for the LGBTQ plus community, you know?
Yeah. They've moved in on the Jamaicans now. The Jamaicans were defending Puerto Ricans. Nah, they was there. They created hip-hop. I want to hear from Jamaicans tonight. They're fucking quiet. What's going on?
They gonna say, we now with that Batiman thing, eh?
They're not saying that. Trust me, they're not saying that.
But, I mean, all Caribbeans are a little gay nowadays, you know?
Say it again, Randy, louder. You're Dominican. Say it again.
All Caribbeans are a little gay nowadays. All these little niggas walk around with skinny jeans, crop tops, looking up to Bad Bunny. They all got sugar in their tank, bro. Little sassy.
Well,
raised by their mamas to be like that, or their sisters.
If you had to, if you had to guess, would you say that there's more of a Latin promotion of the gay lifestyle, or is there more of a African American acceptance and promotion?
I'll say in the mainstream eye, in my opinion, I'll say Latin, because most of the main characters on television that are represented, even if they're straight, they're a little feminine, and their mannerisms in the characters are a little gay. So, yeah. But when I saw the article of the Puerto Rican marshal, there was a black young man that, introduced her. It was like that they met on the 2 train, and they've been close ever since. So now
you're talking about that Jamaican guy. He's part of the council for the goddamn Eastern Parkway parade. He brought Victoria Cruz in. They met on the train, I think, in 2018. So this wasn't like, white people doing this. This was a Jamaican who brought
Caribbean.
Brought Victoria in. Go ahead.
He saw her. He saw the, chick with a tool, and he saw himself in her and said, "You should represent us in the parade." He had a vision, and we just saw his vision unfold today.
Oh. I think he's going to be celebrated now. He's going to get a bag. He's going to be honored. They'll give him some type of goddamn award. And I'm not hating. I'm just I want to hear from Jamaicans. I want to hear what they've got to say. I need Yardman to tap in. Go ahead, Randy. You were saying, go ahead.
Oh, yeah. I also wanted to touch on did the Italians contribute to hip-hop? Yeah,
yes.
With influence, Let
me get back to that. Go ahead.
A lot of Mobb Deep, a lot of rappers, especially in the gangsta rap era, used to big up those spaghetti-eating fucking light-skinned niggas, those snitches, those in the closeted homosexual mobsters. They always big up the Costa Nostra when it comes to like gang culture, and they big up all those fools. Yeah. They'll big up Italians before they big up anyone else, because they watched what is it, that movie that everybody loves, The Godfather. Oh yeah, The Godfather was detrimental in my life.
There's a scene in The Godfather when the bosses are talking, and they're talking about let the animals, the blacks, sell the drugs. They don't have souls anyway. They say that in the goddamn film. 1972. They say it right there.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And they still admired them on the television screen. They looked at them like, oh my God, this is what we need. We need organization in our crime. It's disgusting. I just wanted to say that.
All right. Hey, man, good to hear from you. Anything else going on in the world of media that piques your interest?
Oh, I wanted to let you know the Black Lives Matter founder has been accused of stealing another 10 M's. Yo, what is up with that organization, man? Oh, my God.
I think that's regular shit now.
ADOS or FBA.
Yeah, he's one of the founders or organizers. I think $10 million they're accusing him of allegedly stealing. Allegedly, $10 million.
I'll say it's more. You can't trust a nigga with the books.
Well, that's what the report is saying, $10 million. But yeah, I'll check that out a little bit more tomorrow, man. Randy, good to hear from you, man. Good to hear from you.
All right, stay up.
Salute. Okay. All right. Troll babies, where are the Jamaicans to call in or to chime in about a new Puerto Rican, the first transgender Grand Marshal walking up and down the parkway, being celebrated. Well, she won't be doing all that because she's 75 years of age. Prestige. RJ Supreme says, Hater, your daughter, Tasha K, is finishing her daddy's job. I'm patiently waiting for Charlemagne to be Me Too'd. This is about Jessica Reed. This is not about, trying to line up Charlemagne or anything. He already sent the legal paperwork in. My name's on it. I'm not going to post it. I'm not even going to talk about it. Go to Tasha K. Go to Tasha K. The irony is that Charlamagne went so hard on R. Kelly. Thank you for giving Jessica a platform. Thank you for your donation. There could have been many times that I interviewed Jessica Reed, but again, this is her trauma that she's still living with. And it was just about finding the right time, in my opinion, to get her and Tasha to sit down and talk so that you guys can see her talk and you can see her. This is the first time she's done an actual interview, you know? And she just wants to tell her story. Thank you for your donation. Sit tight on the phone, guys. I'm coming. Gangs of Love will get your donation. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that to Biggie. He's dead, man. Christopher Wallace. I never met him personally, but we were at a bad boy party when he first came out. Never had a conversation, but he appeared to be a nice guy. And his mother came on the Star and Buckwild show, a very classy lady. Biggie's mother. She was with us for maybe 45 minutes on the show, and she had so much to say about his childhood and how she raised him, and I believe she raised a good young man. So it's very sad how he was killed, but yeah. Thank you for your donation, Gangs of Love. Okay, hold on a second, guys. I'm coming to the phone. Sit tight. Oh, okay. Gangs of Love says Big Aki going to that parade as a dancing queen. Okay. Sir Shy, got your donation. Caribbeans and Latinos are all bussy. Okay. Quasi, got your donation. Where is Busta Rhymes' biscuit raccoon head ass now? Thank you, Quasi, for your donation. Busta Rhymes is an artist, a businessman. He's not going to say nothing sideways about this first transgender for the West Indian Day Parade. I guarantee you he won't say a damn thing sideways. Elvis the Chef got your donation. Elvis, do you want to chime in? You're from the New York area. I would love to get your thoughts on this. If not, thank you just the same. Hold on a second. Who's tapping it from 914? I don't see you just yet. But I will bring in area code 410. Good evening. Are you there? 410. Yes, no, maybe.
Salute, Kingman.
Yes, sir. Good evening.
Kingman. Good evening, sir. This is Just Me.
How
Just
are you?
want to chime in on the topic with the Jamaican.
Okay. Are you up to speed?
Yeah. Yeah, I heard you mentioned earlier if Jamaicans always been gay. I'm going to say this. Yes, the fact that homosexuality is from creation, homosexuality is from creation. So, yes, Jamaican always have gay people, but they have to be in their own circle, man.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? They can't be like wide open, being flamboyant, flashing, walking all, sashaying and kicking. You couldn't be doing that.
Right.
You know? No, you got to be in your own circle, man. You know, because BBC World News stated 2 years ago that it's very dangerous being gay in Jamaica. And it still is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
they have underground churches.
Yes.
They have underground churches. I mean, I've never been to Jamaica, but I've seen multiple documentaries. They have underground churches protecting gay men in Jamaica. Go ahead.
Right. Yeah, they got to hide. That's the thing. They got to hide, man. You know, certain areas, like in Montego Bay from ever since.
Okay.
I'm 50 years old, man, and when I know myself, man, I always hear people talking about, Batman, So they always like be in Montego Bay. Or if they do come to Jamaica, man, they got to be in their tourist resort. It still can't be wide open like that, bro,
Mm-hmm. Well, listen, man,
so,
times are changing, and, I'm not sure what the overall reception for this will be, but the young man who brought in Victoria Cruz to be the new Grand Marshal appears to be Jamaican. He's on some type of council. So the younger generation wants to promote this. They want this to be a connection to West Indian culture. Are you from the New York area yourself? You from the New York area?
Well, currently, no. I currently reside in Maryland, but I used to be in New York.
Okay.
New York, to be exact. Linden, Skank Avenue.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's my neck of the woods, man. New Lots, Ashford, all that. You know, I'm familiar with the city, man.
You made it out. You
But
made
yeah,
it out.
huh?
You made it out.
Yeah, I made it out, exactly. Yeah, sure did,
You
man.
made-
Yeah, but yeah, it's a new time, like you said, man. You know, it's like no big deal now. But to answer your question, in Jamaica, you know, as you claim it sometimes, yeah, you got to hide certain places, man. You can't be walking around wide open,
Right.
you know, like
right,
that.
Right.
So that's it, man. I just wanted to say that,
I
Star.
appreciate the honesty, sir. Have a great night. Thank you.
Salute.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Salute. Okay. It's a good call. You see, I'll let you talk. I'm not trying to, clown you. I mean, you can get some smoke, but, I want you to talk. Victoria Cruz, the first transgender Grand Marshal. The parade is tomorrow, in case I didn't mention that. Eastern Parkway in Brooklyn. Police will be heavy in the streets. Checkpoints. You will not be walking around sipping Ray and Nephews. You will not be standing around blowing the chalice like shit is lovely. Those days are gone. Kevin, I got your donation. Okay, Kevin, I don't see 914. Where are you, sir? Where are you? 914? Did I miss your call, sir? Thank you for your donation. Hold on. Just a drum supporting the machine on the line. Okay, 336. Hold on a second, sir. Sit tight. I got your donation. Sit tight. Okay, 336. And Lex Barber, salute star, my Jamaican lineage, abhors the big D Boricua bandit as Grand Marshal. Okay. He gave top to get that. Okay, easy. 336, good evening. Are you there? Are you there? Good evening.
I'm here.
Yes, sir.
I'm here, Star.
Yes, sir.
How you doing, man?
I'm great, man. Are you tapping in on the conversation?
I don't know how much I can add to the West Indian conversation because I'm not of Caribbean descent.
Okay.
Out of young. So I do love hip hop. I'm based in hip hop. I don't know how much Italians contributed to this. The first thing that came to mind was Action Bronson. I don't know how far his lineage goes to Italianism, if not any, but I would assume some, given that he comes from New York. So,
well, listen, there's Caucasians who are more connected to the hip hop culture than myself. I mean, I was there. Don't get it twisted. I was all over the place back in the early '80s in the New York tri-state area. So I'm not trying to clown anybody's love for hip hop, but a young man whose name I still don't have, and I should have gotten. I was just so busy earlier. He got up on Instagram and he said, I'm sure there were Italians that contributed. So I'm just asking the question. He could be right. I don't know. I mean, I'm just saying that a lot of the mafioso names were taken from Italians, clearly. That's what I'm saying. Go ahead.
yeah, I mean, but that's more or less just paying homage to the stories that we heard. I don't necessarily think that they look to emulate the people themselves. Like, I mean, like you want to end up.
I beg to differ, sir.
Undiscovered.
I beg to differ.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I just don't feel like I mean, if that was the case, then I think that more gangs would be organized the way that they should be. Whenever you think about how Chicago is set up and that mafioso lifestyle, like I don't think that we emulate that part of it. Like, yeah, they might still, Matt Hoffa might steal the name, but like, is he gonna go out and try to be part of the Gambino crime organization? I don't think so.
Okay, but now hang on a second. How old are you? And you're where you from?
I am 35 years old. I've emailed you.
Okay.
I stay at the time I stay in Georgia.
Okay.
I'm in Kanye. Yeah, like so not too far from you.
Okay. Well, listen, I don't want you to give out your exact location. The reason why I asked you how old are you because listen. I'm half Italian, and I can tell you that they have been, probably still are, I'm sure, some of the most hateful people towards African Americans. Hateful. Now, I don't want to go back, as I always have, with their history to Hannibal, and I've even spoken about the sack of Naples. More than likely, I'm part Algerian, but I mean, here in America, hip-hop, we cannot deny that the hip-hop genre has not borrowed from Italian gangster culture, their videos, their music. Now, when you speak about trying to emulate the Cosa Nostra, because they more so refer to it as Cosa Nostra. Mafia is an Italian name that they gave to the Cosa Nostra. Black people, and I'll just broad stroke, black people have this stop snitching thing, which is bullshit, because Lucky Luciano, do you ever heard of that name, Lucky Luciano?
Mm-hmm.
Are you there?
Uh-huh.
Have you ever heard of
I'm here.
Lucky Luciano? He was the guy that put it all together. He died in 1962. He worked with the Fed.
Yeah.
He worked with the feds. So Italians have they've always worked with the goddamn police. So they were involved with police agencies. That's one of the big differences. Black people, stop snitching. Italians have been fucking rats and snitches. But go ahead. I'm rambling.
Well, I mean, that's just like the Whitey Bulger, like Whitey Bulger was cooperating with the feds, Yeah. So, yeah, like, I mean, but to kind of mirror that point, we've also taken from the Chinese culture as well. Whenever you think about the way that we sample things, the way the Wu-Tang Clan, like, you think about Luke Casco, like there are artists who also steal from Chinese culture just as much as we steal from Italian culture. And I won't say it's stealing. I'll say it's what's interpolating. that word interpolating. But yeah, like I don't know. I think that we borrow from all kinds of places. Okay. And I don't want to hold this. I just want to check in.
Thank you, man. Good to hear from you. Salute.
Thank you, brother.
I've gone on record and said hip hop, the culture of thieves. Oh, they started it. No ifs, ands, or buts. They started it. Oh, but they were stealing. Folks, if you're new to this show, I worked at WEA for a decade, Warner Elektra Atlantic. I also worked at Atlantic Records, Atco, Reprise, Elektra, Asylum, Virgin Records, and a bunch of other subsidiaries. So I was in on those marketing plans, the conferences. I mean, I did everything from billboard reporting stores, calling from Maine down to Florida. East Coast was my thing, more so rock and roll and pop promotion. And you know the story already. Hip-hop was doing so much sampling in the early days to the point where they started to create agencies to pay the artist that hip-hop was taking samples from. Now, when you were doing it in the parks, that's one thing. But once you start putting it on records and then selling the records and then the airplay, and then we're talking about ASCAP and BMI, that's when things got very, very intense. Just to give you a little background, a little history for those who care, right? On the screen, www.blackbodyworks.com. Please check out one of my sponsors. Tell them I sent you, okay? Kevin, I got your donation. Thank you for tapping in. I don't know what happened, or maybe I spoke to you, sir, but your number's not popping up, okay? Okay. Can you send me a link, Sir Shy? I'm not up to speed. Send me a link. But let me just say this in case I didn't make it clear. Did Italians create hip hop? No, not in my opinion. No. Gangs of Love. Yes. What's Biggie's mom's name? Is it Valletta? Very nice lady. Yeah, she was a Jehovah's Witness. Let me make sure. There, yeah, Valletta Wallace. Very nice woman. Okay, yeah. Thank you, Gangs of Love, for your donation. Sir Shy again says, jerk chicken eaters and ravioli breath. Hold this L. Okay. We are having this conversation tonight. Folks, if you're not up to speed, in case I didn't make it clear, the video is in my community section. The news report for the first transgender Grand Marshal for the West Indian Labor Day Parade, which is tomorrow. And the Grand Marshal is Puerto Rican. Victoria Cruz. Okay? If you're Puerto Rican, this is a big deal. You should be proud, you know? Okay, I don't do dollar donations, whoever you are. Okay, hold on, guys. Let's go to area code 240. Good evening, are you there? 240. Good evening. Hey.
Star, do you hear me, Star?
Good evening, I can hear you. How are you, sir?
Yes, I'm sorry to disturb you again. I just wanted to make it clear to the audience that I spoke earlier about the transgender at the parade tomorrow. I'm not against transgenders. I'm a straight man myself, in fact, but I do find the transgender women attractive. Also, I do.
Wait. Hang on. Hang on. Let's take our time here. You say you're straight. Can we get your age, sir?
34.
Okay. And we spoke earlier? That was you?
Yeah, but I just wanted to clarify myself because I didn't want to disrespect anybody in your audience that may be with that community.
Well, that's okay. It's okay. But now you're saying you're attracted to transgender women, yes?
Yes.
Have you?
And also,
hang on. Let's take this slow. Have you ever had a intimate intimate experience with a transgender?
No, but I thought about it plenty times.
So, can you see yourself gripping a tool? And if so, what would you do with that tool, sir?
I don't know. Sorry, come on. I don't want to mess up the algorithm.
No, so we can have a conversation without getting too graphic. You're 36, yes?
No, 34.
34, but let me write this down. You have a girlfriend, you're married. What's your background?
No, girlfriend, straight.
Say again?
Yeah.
Say again?
But you know what it is? It's 34, straight girlfriend. But the thing is, Star, is that the transgender, they have both sides, so they can understand, like they will understand where a man is coming from because they're part man.
I wouldn't know, sir, but now hang on a second. Let's take it slow. Does your girlfriend know that you have an attraction to transgender women? Is she okay with this?
No. No, she don't know.
Okay. So let's go back.
Let's
go back to the tool. Let's go back to the tool. The transgender, the SHRM, whatever you refer to it as, has a tool. Now you can't get around the tool, sir. How do you see yourself operating with that tool? I mean, once the pants come down, boing, out pops the Willy Bobo. Then what?
Listen, Star, you just got to look from the back door things. You don't have to always go through the front door. I mean, there's always a back door. So you just back door if it comes to that. Listen, I don't care what anybody says. All these straight guys that's on your channel right now, they
sir, never mind them. Sir, never mind them. Never mind them.
You see Sydney Star? I'm smashing Sydney Star. I don't care what anybody says.
Okay.
I'm going to smash Sydney Star.
Okay.
And when I see that Grand Marshal at the parade, I'm going to look at every shape, everything, and glorify it.
The Grand Marshal is 75 years of age. Hold on, let's go back, please. I'm enjoying the conversation. So you pull down the pants of the SHRM, out pops the Willy Bobo. Boing.
Are you trying to trick me? I said I would.
No,
I said I would.
Okay, I'm just asking. So then the transgender says, "Love me, love all of me." She looks down at the tool and looks at you. She says, "Love me, love all of me. Don't hit it from the back. Love me." Then what?
Time for everything. So there's a first time for everything.
Okay. All right. Okay. I appreciate your honesty, sir, and thank you for your donation.
All right, sorry. Peace.
Okay. All right. Boing. I don't do hypotheticals, so don't ask me that fucking question. Nah. I like the giant. I like the vagina. You know, I don't want to hear nothing else. I don't want to see nothing else. Big Eye Key tapping in. Hold on a second, goddamn. Now we're rolling. Hold on. Actually, I have to go back. Wait a minute. Back a minute. Okay, I read Gorilla Joe. Okay, you're Sicilian Cuzzo. We are the reason why every one of these Negroes wants to be gangsters, and they show it by taking our last names and designers and stealing the drive-by. I've already said that. You've heard me say that before. On the screen, subscribe to Devious J on YouTube. Please don't forget. Big Nigga 22 star F these guinea bastards and their bitch ass gangster mob history. They influenced niggas to be ignorant. Okay, your hashtags are a little too rough to read, sir, but thank you for your donation. Someone pretending to be Tony Touch. Star, question. How did you know the DC sniper was Jamaican? And to my FBA brethren, Colin Ferguson says, "Free the land." I forget, man. That was so long ago. I don't remember. I mean, that was like a week's worth of shows. And it wasn't just a wild guess. There was details, if memory serves me correctly, and the whole thing with the hole that was bored into the back of the station wagon, you know. That's why I put it together like that, but thank you for your donation. Big Eye Key, besides Vinny Paz, they ain't really contribute shit. LOL, I never understood why niggas looked up to these racist skinnies and Godfather was hot trash. Big Eye Key says, and R.I.P. to legend Pat Stay. Jamaicans otherwise, like I've seen enough bussy before, but I never seen a bussy like this while doing the dirty wine. Big Eye Key says, in Gangs of Love, walking around Juve in a fishnet sundress, shouting, I'm waiting for my water blessings with some overweight white bitch. Come get your water blessings. Hold on a second. Kevin, I got your donation. Are you on the line, sir? Are you on the line? I'm trying to get to everybody. Good evening. Kevin is at you. Area code 845. Good evening, Kevin. Yes.
Star.
Yes, sir. How are
Star,
you?
what's up?
How are you, man? Good to hear from you.
I'm good. I'm good, man. Listen, I am a straight yard man, and I am definitely not surprised that the yard people are endorsing the holy Batman thing on the parade, because I'm telling you, Jamaica is getting out of hand with that. Jamaica is getting out of hand with that. So, I'm not surprised at all, Star. I'm serious. Okay. Because, gradually, I tune in, I look at the news, I look at YouTube, and the stuff that I see going on, it's getting out of hand. So, I'm not surprised at all. And I was just telling somebody today earlier that, usually when the parade comes around, I'll be looking to go down there for an hour or so just to see what's going on, see some big booty chicks down there. But nowadays, I'm not going down there because, first of all, you don't know how many bullets are going to hit you. And You know how it is. Whenever you go down there, first of all, it kicks off from Juve. So tonight is when it gets crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow is a whole different story.
Yeah.
So
Juve has always been when shit gets lit. I mean, I've been going to the parade since the 80s. Yeah.
Exactly. Let me tell you something. The last parade I went to, literally there was a stampede. Helicopters were flying overhead. People were running because some idiot decided to start letting off shots. And back then they were letting off shots not at ops. They were letting off shots because they played a nice song.
Yeah, up in the air.
You know how it is.
Up in the air. Yeah.
Yeah, they give a gun salute.
Yeah.
We get a gun salute. But yeah, man, I'm serious. I'm not surprised, man, because Jamaica's going in a whole different direction when it comes to the whole Batman thing. Mm-hmm. Do
you remember? I think it was 2018 or 2019 when Buju Banton apologized to the gay community. You ever heard about that?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They broke
him. Yeah, but
broke him.
Buju was doing that. Buju was doing that because he had to. What was it? Wasn't it like some Caribbean country he went to?
Boom, bye, bye. About them on it. Huh?
Exactly.
They broke him.
It's all them things going on, man. I'm telling you, they're getting out of hand with that.
He probably doesn't even perform that song anymore. He probably does an acoustic medley and just skips right over the lyrics.
yeah, but I put money on it. Hey, Star, I put money on it. Right? You catch him on a side street. You talking to him about it, and he's coming out and he's telling you, "Yo, boom, bye bye for Batty Boy." I doubt these Jamaican artists, they know what time it is.
Yeah.
Right. They're doing it just for they have to do it to get the shows because especially nowadays with what's going on, so they have to do that. Mm-hmm. But I am definitely not surprised, and I am not endorsing that shit. I would not be out at the parade this year.
Well, how old are you, sir? Have we spoke before? How old are you?
Nah, this is my first time, and I always listen to your show. I said, you know what, I'm going to call up because I know you were saying you needed some yard people.
Yeah,
so
man.
I said, let me call up.
Well, now, hang on a second. How old are you?
I'm 43.
Okay. So this is a new day and time, and what used to work or what was a reality once upon a time had its pitfalls, and a lot of people, I can only imagine, were feeling their true feelings were suppressed. Are you a religious man by any chance?
Yeah, well, coming from let me tell you this though. Coming from Jamaica, I mean, if you do your research on Jamaica, Jamaica has probably the most churches per square mile in the Caribbean. So it's like, everybody in Jamaica goes to church. So that was back then. That was when I was younger. So yes, to answer your question, I am a religious man, but I keep it to a certain extent. I don't go too crazy.
Okay. So this may be big business now to usher in this new reality, and people may start thriving off of this. Not saying, whether it's for everyone or not, but Jamaica may need this now to get themselves better positioned. I mean, they have been, to my knowledge, the most vocal against homosexuality over the decades, centuries, if you will. But I'll give you the last word. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, listen, speaking about the church, they just had an incident, I think it was last year. It could have been either earlier this year or last year, where there was some church that was, I guess they were running like a cult in Jamaica.
Okay.
And when they ended up raiding the building, they found a dude who was the head of it. I guess he was the pastor. Mm-hmm. This dude had like a room full of naked dudes in there. He was just going at it with them.
Regular shit. Yeah, regular shit.
Yeah, exactly. And we're talking about a church, so it's all type of crazy stuff going on in Jamaica. So that's what I'm saying, Star.
Thank you, man.
Like I said, I'm not surprised that it's going down. I'm I love my country, but at the same time, there's a lot of shit that happens, and it's all due to TV. Okay. Cable was the worst thing that could have happened to Jamaica, that island. Cable TV.
Okay. Thank you for your call, man. Have a great evening. Thank you.
All right, man.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you.
Okay. All right. Okay, we're having some good calls here. Hang on a second, my nigga. Big Aki putting his Mac down via PayPal. Folks, you can always support the show via Cash App or PayPal. Rarely do I even ask you about that, but we're going to be doing some new things this week as far as advertising and sponsors. At the top of the live chat is the PayPal information. Junebug, I got your donation. Ooh, star, the last caller is the reason why women are catching bussy pox sneaking around. Okay, you mean 2 or 3 callers back. Sneaking around in dark alleys and sword fighting while their woman is home, trying to figure out what will make him happy. When the Willy Bobo pops out, then you that's when you got to figure out who you are. Are you calling in? Okay, what area code? El Barrio Life. I got your donation. What area code? I appreciate your support. What area code? El Barrio Life. Monty says, Star, what are your thoughts on Aries Spears? Yeah, we spoke about that a couple of days ago. I saw the video. Disgusting. Totally disgusting. I think both of them should be arrested. That's child porn. It's child porn. I'm not sending out that link to nobody. That in my mind, that's fucking sharing child pornography. I'm not sending out that goddamn link. I'm not posting a link to it. But thank you for your donation, Monty. Who's on the line from area code 917? Good evening. Are you there? 917. Good evening.
Yo, what's good? That's a Barrio Life.
Hey, what's up, man? You got to put your area code next time because I
usually do. I slipped up on that one. I usually do.
Good to hear from you, man. What's cracking? Where do you want to start?
You know, the Puerto Ricans been leading the front with the zestiness lately, man.
Yeah.
I don't know, you know, like Bad Bunny kissed one of his backup dancers. The guy.
Regular shit for the Puerto Ricans. Huh.
Yeah. Then they show a photo surface of Mark Anthony kissing a guy on a plane. But I don't know. I don't understand how they got mixed up with the Jamaicans. That's crazy.
Are you yourself Puerto Rican, sir? Who are you? Your name is Abad.
Yeah, I'm Puerto Rican, man.
Okay.
I'm Puerto Rican from Spanish Harlem.
How old are you?
And
how old are you?
Man, I'm 38. I just got to keep it real, you know. It doesn't matter. It's like, you know, when we're leading the BS, we're leading. That's it. Lately, we've been on fire with the craziness.
Well, now, to keep it real, I don't always like to go back, but, you know, the Latin community in New York City has been at the forefront, if you ask me, of the transgender movement. You know, all the way down there, Christopher Street, and they were right there, neck and neck with the Harlem ballroom scenes. You know, I mean, although that was more predominantly black, but you had a lot of Puerto Ricans involved in walking the runway and serving face and so on and so forth. You know.
Right. Dressing drag and all that, doing
Banjee boys, homo thugs,
house music vibes and all that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I was still like shocked that the transgender Puerto Rican woman was like the headliner of the Jamaican parade that's coming up.
Did you do any research on Victoria Cruz, legendary Stonewall riot survivor?
Nah, I don't. No, I don't. I really don't have I don't know the history on this person.
Well, I'm promoting the bullshit tonight, sir. So when you get time, you Google Victoria Cruz, legendary. You know, down there in 1969, getting hit in the head with goddamn police sticks and all sorts of shit. So if anybody deserves to be the grand marshal for that goddamn parade, it's Victoria Cruz. No ifs, ands, or buts.
I respect it. I just don't understand because history, like you were speaking earlier, and a couple of other Jamaicans that called in they were heavy against that type of behavior. It just goes to show you like how far they come and how much times has changed. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's zesty now. Throughout the world, throughout the country, it is what it is. Everybody, and I know you don't like people to call in to bash. I'm not here to bash all the callers, but
let's not do that. Listen, we're having a good conversation. Let's just keep it right here.
He's crazy.
Now, hang on a second. How old are you again? You're Puerto Rican. How old are you?
I'm 38.
38. Okay, so here we have seen in the last couple of weeks the discussion about Puerto Ricans. Did they contribute to hip hop? Well, yes, they contributed, but did they create? People are saying, "Well, I don't know."
Yeah, I called in for that.
Okay. So hang on. I don't want to go back. I want to talk about. So now here we are, Puerto Ricans leading the charge for the Jamaican parade. Well, West Indian. It's a whole lot of West Indians, not just Jamaicans, but Grand Marshal Puerto Ricans. This is a big deal for Puerto Ricans, yes? It's a big deal.
I guess.
Yeah.
I guess for the transgender community, for me, it doesn't make me feel any more proud. Me personally, I can't speak for everybody else. I don't represent.
10, 20 years from now, I assure you the Puerto Ricans will be saying something different. They will be owning this as a great Puerto Rican triumph. I'll give you the last word, though. Go ahead.
I don't really got much to say, man. It's just, it's zesty, and that's it, man. It is what it is. People got to just brace themselves, and don't be in denial.
Can I ask you?
Don't say you like transgenders, but you're a straight man. That don't make no sense.
Okay. So you don't find transgenders attractive? I'm just asking.
Nah, man, I'm good.
Okay. All right.
I'm good.
Thank you for your call.
I stay in my lane, man.
Thank you for calling.
Peace.
Okay. All right. We kept it real. This will be a great Puerto Rican triumph in 20 years, I assure you. Tomorrow's a holiday, yes? I'm not sure what I'm doing tomorrow, if I can just talk about myself for a second here. Today was such a nice, relaxing day. A really nice, relaxing day. I mean, I listened to some lo-fi music. Oh, I went to the gym early. And then I just relaxed. I didn't do too much of anything on YouTube. I didn't want to hear anything with regards to media. And I feel very, very, what's the word? Refreshed. Mel, I get your donation. Thank you for tapping in. Okay, Gangsta of Love sends in another donation. Big Aki will be playing I'm Going Down tomorrow. Okay. By Rose Royce, the classic. Hey, Jen. Okay, Jen just sent me a picture of her at the West Indian Day Parade. I'm not sure which one. She looks very young. Okay, Jen. Looking good. She's got on a crop top. Throwing up the peace sign. Boricua. Thank you, Jen. Drew Who says, boom, bye, nigga. What happened to that? Yeah, man. No more. Bougie Bonton apologized. Troll Babies, was it 2018 or 2019? He apologized. He probably doesn't even perform that song no more. Good evening, area code 404. Lee, is that Lee?
Yeah, it's me, Lee. How's it going on, Star? How's everything?
Good to hear from you, man. What's cracking? Where do you want to start?
Not much. Good. I'm actually just now getting in from the little jerk fest that they have here in Atlanta metro area.
Okay.
It's kind of rained out. Yeah, but I was actually I just called in because I wanted to add to the topic as far as with the Jamaican thing. I would say this has been coming in a long time because I've been here in Georgia, I guess, about 10 years or so. But before I came here, I actually remember hanging out in the studio with Shaggy. And I remember him saying, we sit in the studio, and I remember Shaggy saying that he had so many tracks with artists like Capleton and Sizzler that he can't even put out bangers, really good tracks because of the position when it comes to the gay thing.
Right.
And I remember him saying himself that there's something that we the stipulation a mindset that Jamaicans have to let go and allow it, into the culture. So I kind of see. I mean, like I said, this was a little over 10 years ago that I remember him saying that. So I mean, this has been coming in a long time. So I mean, it's just at a time now where I'm surprised it didn't happen earlier, to tell you the truth. And that's my opinion.
Yeah. Shaggy's a great guy. I have a Shaggy diamond plaque right next to me right now. Great.
Right. Yeah,
great,
yeah.
Great,
I'm been hanging out in the studio with him saying that.
Yeah, great
So,
guy.
I mean, that's good.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying with regards to those tracks. Do you think this is a good thing? Are you yourself Jamaican, Caribbean? I didn't catch that.
No. I mean, I'm not Jamaican. I'm actually born first generation to African parents.
Okay.
I actually called in. I think it was yesterday. You were talking about a show with the FBA.
Yeah.
I want to pose a question yesterday, saying because even though I'm born first generation to African parents, my parents are Liberian.
Okay.
And if you know the history of Liberia, they since we had free slaves who went back to Liberia. That's my parents are actually from the States, which is here. So,
okay.
Texas on my father's side and Virginia on my mother's side.
Right.
I actually just found out it was my mother's side. It was from Virginia I just found out last year. I didn't even knew, and I was 36 years old. So,
okay.
I don't know. I'm not sure if I would be considered FBA or not.
Well, listen, sir,
but,
if you're
lineage-wise,
it's what you feel in your heart. If you go ahead and get DNA work to prove something, that's your own personal choice. I mean,
exactly right.
But I commend you for your calls and your perspective. I appreciate that. All right.
Absolutely, I appreciate it. Salute.
Have a great night, man. Yes, sir. Thank you. Okay. I just want people to speak from the heart, and I will give you the last word, as you should know. Okay. Guys, check out Precise 8 on YouTube. Precise taps in from time to time. And Paperwork Party Network. I want to get you guys back on the line. I haven't heard from you in a while. Are you busy? I'm going to be moving your banner back up. If not tomorrow, definitely Tuesday. Paperwork Party Network. Let me get them on the screen as well. Hold on. Okay. Check them out on YouTube. Paperwork Party Network. Great platform. They produce receipts, all right? Big Nigga 22. Okay, he's talking crazy. F these rice and pea eaters. They'll be the first ones to talk about fire Panbate boys, but have niggas with wigs marching at their parade. The parades have always had suspect dancing. But because of the Bulgari laws, in the UK, they could not conduct themselves the way they do here. Has the West corrupted the Jamaican? How about that for a question? Has the West corrupted the Jamaican? When I say the Jamaican, I mean the man and the woman. I don't want to go too far back, but those first generation Jamaicans, or let's just say West Indians, because I've got family from St. Kitts and Dominica. Man, they were very strict in terms of morals, ethics, values, the way that they conducted their houses. And you've heard me say this before. The dialects were very strong and thick back in those days. In the 70s, when we used to come over from New Jersey to see my family in Southside Jamaica, Queens, my Uncle Richard, my Auntie Gwen, the accents were so thick. And because, I was so young, I picked up on their accents and I could really understand. And, as the years went on, when I moved to New York in 1981, the reason why I wound up with the Shower Posse, for those who give a goddamn, is because when I was standing on Flatbush Avenue one day just eating some food and some guys were talking, I just joined the conversation and I had no problem understanding what they were saying. Does that make sense to anybody from back in the days? The accents are very diluted now. It's different. Hold on, guys. Yes, culture vulture. Yes. I'm not going to go back into the whole goddamn story, but I understood exactly what they were saying. And they looked at me, I looked at them. We were dressing very, very different. Back in those days, Jamaicans, to be precise, were more into their own style of dressing. They didn't just, latch on to the hip-hop style. They had their own style. If that makes sense? Okay. And that's how, if I can just finish this up, that's how I wound up at dance hall clubs. Because it was very, very natural to me. I'll say that, all right? Hang on a second, guys. Coming back to the phone lines. I think this is a call from overseas. Good evening. Are you there? Your number appears to be
Yes, I'm here.
From overseas. How are you? Good evening. Can you hear me? Good evening. Are you joining?
Yes, sir. You hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear you now. Let's go, sir. Thank you.
All right. Yes. I have a point to make.
Please.
The first thing is, Calypso is, the parade is not a Jamaican parade. Jamaicans they're traditionally not into Calypso.
It's the West Indian Day parade, sir. I'm just throwing the word Jamaican out because of the transgender.
But you're making a mistake.
Marshal.
First of all, Trinidadian culture and Barbadian culture, with all that whining, it's always been androgynous and Batman culture. Jamaicans weren't into it, but they got into it about 15 years ago just to make money.
Okay.
Right? They got into but reggae culture is different. Jamaica's the only country that play reggae. They're not into Calypso. Okay? Secondly, you always had the homosexuals in Jamaica, but they knew how to behave themselves. They weren't flamboyant. Right? Because you could go down to a place in Kingston 13 and you see them walking up and down Maxfield, and your grandmother might say, see a Batman there? But he keep his mouth quiet. He's not flamboyant.
Right.
But over time, because of the laws, the same black people vote. They vote for Biden. He made them a protected class. So now if you have a job and you work for the post office, for example, you can't say anything about that, right? Even if it's on social media and your job get wind of it, you're losing your job.
Right.
So even if you're against it, right? And secondly, the parade never had no grand marshal. You had a whole bunch of hustlers up there, and all the politicians, they stay up there by Eastern Parkway, right, where it's safe, by the museum, where they could promote their agendas and use black people. Because any sensible black person would have said, cancel that damn parade years ago.
Now, hang on a second. Are you from the New York tri-state area? Were you calling from overseas?
I'm calling from overseas.
Okay.
But I know about it.
Okay. Have you been
that parade should have been...
Hang on. Have you been to the parade?
Years ago.
That's my question. Have you been to the parade before?
Many times. I'm here now, yeah.
Okay.
I'm saying the parade should have been canceled a long time ago.
No, sir.
Secondly...
No, sir. Hang on. I'll let you speak. I want to respond. I'll let you speak. There have been some very beautiful moments for me personally and other people over the decades, that parade, what it encompasses, the feeling of many different Caribbean people coming together. So, with regards to what you're saying, yes, you're right. But here's the thing now. This is a transgender This is not a transgender from Trinidad. This is not a transgender from Barbados. This is not a transgender from any other place other than Puerto Rican. So are you concerned, or is this not a big deal? It's just, we're all down together, Dominican, Jamaican. What do you say about that? Puerto Rican.
Yeah, there is a concern because the first thing is Puerto Ricans and Spanish-speaking people don't get involved in English-speaking parade, in the West Indian Day parade. They never. And the first time they're going to and they're bringing a transgender guy.
Yeah.
So that is orchestrated. That is the LGBTQ. The last group of people that they couldn't get into the whole lesbian thing is West Indian people. So now they're bringing Puerto Rican. They couldn't bring a West Indian because the first thing is there is no Grand Marshal at the West Indian Day Parade. And secondly, Puerto Ricans have never been part of it by their own, choice, or Dominicans. They've never been.
Well, now, hang on a second, sir. Jen just sent me a picture, and I can see a whole lot of, Hispanics at that parade. I've seen Hispanics at that parade. Now, when you say they've never been a part of it, you mean in positions of power? Or what do you say they've never been at it?
Organization, you don't see them out there for the most part as vendors. They have their parade, and you won't see West Indians at their parade because they speak Spanish. They kind of see themselves differently, right? They consider themselves Hispanic, whatever that means. Even though all of them come from Africa and mixed with Jamaicans are mixed too. Jamaicans used to speak Spanish too, right? Jamaica, that's their last language, English. Caribbean people are not all African, and even the ones that look black, they're mixed too, right? Even Jamaican people, they're mixed. They're mixed with Scottish, they're mixed with Irish, they're mixed with Lebanese and everything like that. So it's a mixture. Now, what I'm saying is Jamaica was never part of Carnival. That's not part of their culture. They got into it about 15 years ago. They start Carnival for tourism reasons. But that's not their culture. And that was always seen as like Batman culture, right? Because how they winding up, you see a man in a D-string on a float. You wouldn't see that in Jamaica, right?
I can't be sure, but I can't be sure if I can just jump in. But the young man who brought in Victoria Cruz.
Well, you're old enough to know. You're old enough to remember. You would never see a Jamaican in the 70s or the 80s on a float in a G-string.
I can't say that for certain, but hang on a second. I can't.
I could say that.
Okay, that's fine. Hold on.
Yeah.
The young man that brought in Victoria Cruz, I think he's Jamaican. I had his name. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm almost positive he's Jamaican. That's how Victoria Cruz got in there. But I'll give you the last word. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, all right. I just want to make this point too. Number one is when you look at the entertainment industry, it's controlled by mostly gay people, right? Mm-hmm. Gay people from all cultures, all different nations. Yeah. So you have many gay and lesbian people in Jamaica, but they just have to keep their mouths shut. Keep it quiet. If you're gay, you're gay. Keep that business to yourself.
Yeah.
But over here, they're trying to promote it.
Yeah. Don't start nothing, won't be nothing. Go ahead.
Right. And then even the people in the radio industry, some of them are gay too, right?
I would say 90% of them are gay. Go ahead, 90% of them.
Yeah. But I guarantee you that most people on the Parkway wouldn't be for it. So why are they bringing it? And he's a Puerto Rican. That's not his parade. And he's gay. He's there to do what? It's not a gay parade. Right? And then you want to convince the rest of us that 2 + 2 = 5?
Yeah.
Right? You're trying to show us that if a man is a man, he's not a man because he don't feel like he's a man. All that kind of stuff.
Well, listen, man, I appreciate the call.
They're trying to fight it. Africa's fighting it too.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, you could do what you want, but do it on your own, in your own parade. Why are you doing it here? Because you know the people are against it.
I appreciate the call, man. I have to take other calls. Very good insight. Not that I agree with you, but I appreciate your call.
All right, cool.
Thank you. Okay, all right. David Levy. Wow, hang on a second. Haven't heard that name in years. Is David Levy still around, guys? RJ Supreme says the caller is wrong. Spanish-speaking islands are also West Indian. I'm a Dominican. I grew up going to carnivals. Well, listen, I like to let people talk. I don't always want to, interrupt, cut them short, let the man speak. But thank you for your donation. Hold on. Guys, sit down on the phones. Thank you, Marcel. I got your donation. Okay, Jen sent that picture from 2014 on the block with Jen at the carnival. Okay, so are you calling in? Where's 305? We're getting some West Indians to tap in. Good evening, are you there? 305. Good evening.
What's up, Star?
Hey, man, how are you? Thank you for tapping in.
How are you?
Where do you want to start?
Priest of Fetty, Rastafari Ministries, here.
Yes, sir.
How you doing? Good. Good. Thanks for life. Good. Thanks for health and strength.
Okay. Are you up to speed on the topic, or did I break this news to you?
Of course I am. Of course I am.
A lot of
A
people are not in the loop.
The gentleman said it all earlier.
Say again?
The gentleman said most of it earlier. The gentleman that just came off?
Yeah.
He said a lot. He said most of what is to be said.
Okay.
But the only thing is...
Can you make some adjustments on your phone so we can hear you? Your phone is going in and out. I want to hear you. Make some adjustments.
You can hear me now?
Much better. Go ahead.
As a Rastafari priest, and also Yoruba priest and a Kemetic priest, I studied all three priesthoods.
Okay.
Been ordained in all three. It would behoove me not to mention the fact that it is part of the African religion, African spirituality. Okay. Meaning that the devil itself in African spirituality shows itself as a homosexual. This is why you have so much animosity and the African.
Hang on, can you go back for a second? You said homosexuality and what? With regards to Africa? Be clear. For those.
Homosexuality and African spirituality.
Your phone's going out. In and out. Hello? Hello?
You're not hearing me.
Your phone's going in and out. Say that again. What did you say about Africa and homosexuality?
Homosexuality is the antagonist within African spirituality.
Okay.
Meaning that within African spirituality, the antagonist comes as a disguised as a female. Meaning the devil comes disguised as a female. Mm-hmm. This is why there's so much anti-homosexuality, and also you have the buck breaking during slavery that kind of reinforces that.
Let's go back to Africa. How far back does homosexuality go in Africa?
From its inception, from the creation story. The
Rastafari Ministries. You've got to fix your phone. You're saying some really deep stuff here. You've got to fix your phone.
I know. I'm trying to think somewhere else. I'm at work trying to do this.
Okay. You are an ordained priest, you said. Yes, you're an ordained priest. You're saying homosexuality in Africa goes back to the inception. That's what you said, yes? Hello? His phone's going in and out. I'm going to keep him on the line. Hopefully he'll just pop back in. 305, Rastafari Ministries. Okay, his phone dropped out. 305. Let me see if he calls back. 305. Give me a second, guys. Let me see if he calls back. Wait a minute. 202. The number looks familiar. 202. Good evening. Yes, no, maybe. 202. Okay, that number is not.
Bob, what's good?
Hey, good evening.
This is Crown from D.C.
Hey, what's up, man? Good to hear from you. It's cracking, shaking.
Nothing much, man. I'm here listening to you talking about the Puerto Ricans and the Jamaicans, and ironically, I have a Jamaican land next to me right here.
Okay, are you up to speed on the top story? The Puerto Rican first transgender Grand Marshal West Indian Day Parade.
No, I'm not up to speed. I'm not well versed in that subject of. But to see you speaking about Jamaicans, I said I had to call in and just try to get my lady to talk. You probably control her like you normally do, but she don't want to get on the phone.
No. If she wants to speak from a position of knowledge, we would love to have her on. I think this is monumental. The first transgender, Grand Marshal. It encompasses the entire West Indian parade, not just Jamaican. Does she want to talk or no?
Nah, she's scared, but I think it's a good thing that it's a free country, so I think it's a good thing that people are coming out, whether we agree with it in mass or not. So I think that the gay agenda, the LGBTQ agenda, has influenced a lot of these tethers and wannabe hip hop historians to come out, and I think that's a good thing as well, because we in the FBA, as a lineage, we appreciate all these people coming out and putting themselves on the Summer Jam screen. And we want to know and need to know who are our allies and who are not. So we think that it's a good thing that the LGBTQ is leading the movement for everyone coming out, because we need to know who's against us and who's with us.
Right. Okay. Good to hear from you, man. It's been a while. Anything else you want to mention or something you want to point to?
Nothing. Just calling. It's been a minute, like you said, and yeah, I'm here. FBA movement. Let's get it in.
Good to hear from you, Crown. Take care, man. Salute.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Crown tapping in. Give me a second, guys. I got to do some rearranging here on my screen. We're also going to continue the conversations. Did Italians contribute to hip-hop? Did they create? I don't think so, but their influence has been crazy, huh? Can't deny that. Can't deny their influence. Hold on a second, guys. 770. Can you hear me? Good evening, 770. Good evening, 770. Yeah. How are you?
Can you hear me?
I'm rearranging my screen, but you're on the line. Where do you want to start, sir? Are you there? Are you ready? 770. Yes, no, maybe? Okay, sir, we can't hear you. Can you make the adjustments? We're having a good discussion. Can you make the adjustments? Okay, I got to go. I tried. Thank you. Okay, I have some other banners I have to get on my screen tonight. www.easybladeshavingproducts.com. Please go there, check them out. Tell them I sent you. Okay, great products, and you've seen me hold them up on the show before. Okay, right now, www.songsthatwork.info. 910. Good evening, 910. You are my last caller, 910. Are you ready? Yes, no, maybe. Songs that work. You got to pick it up. We can't hear you.
Hello?
You got to pick it up. We can't hear you. You're on a headset. Hello? Yes, hi. Can't hear you on the headset. Cannot hear you on the headset.
Hello, can you hear me?
There you go. That's better. Good evening. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good. What do you want to chime in on the topic?
Okay. So I'm just going to jump straight to the point with you here. I personally feel like there is a super crazy agenda when it comes to making America homosexual. Okay? I feel like as far as where the agenda is being placed towards, it is strong black men.
I would like to hear you, man, but you're on some type of a headset. Is there any way you can take it off just to finish up the call? I want to hear you. But we're losing you. Her phone dropped out. When you're driving in that wind or the AC is on, it makes it tough for us to hear what you're saying. Hang on, guys. I'm going to try one more call. I want to get some of my banners ready here, starting with Paperwork Party Network and Precise. Okay. I'll try one more call. You're my last caller. Are you there? Are you ready? 770.
All right, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening. Yeah, I just wanted to chime in. One thing that people are not making a clear notification on is majority of people from the region known as the Caribbean region are actually indigenous to South America and North America through their Mayan ancestry. The attack is on the indigenous Americans. This has nothing to do with nothing African. Matter of fact, Pan-Africanism was actually created by the gay community and the Jews as a form of brainwashing. If you actually, look into Marcus Garvey and his background, he was funded by the feds. And that's why he was extradited and kicked out of Jamaica. That's number one. And the sister that just called in, she made a valid point with saying that there is a strong agenda they're pushing on heterosexual black men to...
Yeah, I wanted to hear her, but her phone was bad. She was saying some interesting things, but can you bring it up to America? I respect what you're saying, but I want to focus on that parade. This is big, man. This is monumental. And I'm not sure if you saw the video in my community section, but the link that goes to the news channel, the comments were turned off. Did you notice that or no?
Yes, I did.
Yeah. Go ahead.
And just to bring it forward to America. That is America. Central America, the Caribbean, that's all America. That's all one major lineage.
Well, North America. I want to focus on the parade, Brooklyn. North America to be precise.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
Brooklyn. If you look at Brooklyn, Brooklyn was the progenitor or was seen as the face. He was in the hip hop community. You remember M.O.P.,
yes.
Wu-Tang Clan, Nas, Jay-Z. Brooklyn was known as like the bravado, macho, super tough, black men, rapping intelligently and stuff like that, like Mos Def, Talib Kweli. And so anything to really put a negative connotation on Brooklyn, because Atlanta has already got destroyed. If you look at Atlanta right now, you already got these Little Nas X and all this weirdo rainbow rappers come out of Atlanta. So the only stable place where heterosexual males is coming out as, real intelligent men putting out content to elevate people's mind was Brooklyn. And so right now, anything...
Well, now hang on a second, sir. Respectfully.
They're going to do it.
Respectfully. Biggie had transgenders in his videos. Did you know that?
Which video are you alluding to?
Troll Babies. Which one of those videos is that with Biggie? He had some crazy looking nigga in a crop top. Well, pardon me. I shouldn't say crazy.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Well,
stay there because
Biggie was signed to Clive Davis.
Bad boy. Bad. Let's be precise. Hold on. And Rastafari Ministries. Sit tight. I see you. Rastafari Ministries. Stay with me. What video was that? Was it Juicy? Biggie had a zesty nigga up in the goddamn video, man. So I just want to throw that at you. Go ahead. You were saying? Go ahead. I think it was Big Papa. I'm not forget.
Yeah, I'm not really too familiar with Biggie's videos. I wasn't really a fan of Biggie, but yeah, the agenda is clear, man. Stop the people from reproducing.
Okay.
They're bringing in a lot of foreigners. They're bringing in law, Mexicans and stuff. They're gonna replace black people in Brooklyn. They're gentrifying it like crazy right now. So you can see the clear agenda. I mean, stop people from reproducing, take over the area, recolonize it. This is old.
I thank you for your call, sir. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Folks, we have to know what video was that with Biggie? He had that crazy nigga up in there. Rastafari Ministries, are you back, sir? Are you back? You're my last caller.
Could you hear me, sir?
Now I can hear you, man. Thank you for calling back. You were saying
Yes, sir,
homosexuality. You were saying homosexuality started in Africa?
Homosexuality is part of the creation story going back to Osiris and Isis, what the African knows as Asar and Aset and Eru. Osiris's brother tried to rape his son, which was the heir to the throne, which is Horus, what we know in Africa as Heru. Mm-hmm. And the mother, stopped Set, Sacred Set, which was the uncle, the war god, from raping the son. Which once he raped the son, it would take away his manhood, and he would not be able to sit on the throne. Because Set wanted the throne.
Now, hang on a second. Rastafari Ministries, I can respect what you're saying, but in layman's terms, homosexuality started in Africa? You were an ordained priest.
Absolutely. I mean, all good and bad started in Africa. All good and bad started in Africa, but it wasn't condoned.
Right.
You understand?
Yeah.
It was there, and it was...
Original man been gay.
Something that...
Been gay.
Go ahead, sir.
Original man been gay. I'm breaking it down in layman's terms. Been gay.
Yeah, the original man, he had to choose between good and bad. You understand? The original man had to choose between having an African-centered family or just total hierarchy. Or whatever type. Remember, God is in you, so you have freedom of choice.
Okay.
You understand? But the Africans had bylaws that made sure that everything had to be geared towards the maintenance of the family, which was a symbol of God.
Right.
Mother, father, and child.
Okay.
You understand? But we never killed homosexuals, or we saw it as a mental illness. So
now hang on a second, Rastafari Ministries. I don't know about that one because the Arabs went through Africa, Islam or die. Yes, Islam or die.
That happened. I'm speaking before the Arab invasion. I'm talking about during the Nile Valley civilization.
Okay.
That's how far back I'm going.
Okay. Okay.
You understand? I understand during the Arab invasion. Yeah. Yes, that occurred because they were also homosexuals. So that's why they were killed.
Whoa! Whoa, Rastafari Ministries. You just said the Arabs were homosexuals as well? You're an ordained minister.
Of course. They promoted it. Boys are for pleasure. Women are for children. That's Arab tradition.
Well, I know. I just want you to say it because if I say, he capping. But you are an ordained minister.
I know. Yeah, I know you do it, especially with the whole. I mean, you as you said, you're hard pill to swallow, but you speak a lot of truth to power.
Thank you, man.
Especially when it comes to Africans accepting so many different cultures, but yet when you call it out, they hypocritically say, "Nah, they are brothers."
Right,
blah,
yeah.
Blah, blah.
He stay capping. That's what they say. I nigga stay capping.
Exactly. But to me, you standing for a lot of truth that so-called, conscious brothers are not standing for.
Oh, thank you, man. Thank you.
And I appreciate that.
Hey, man, I'm going to slide off. Good to hear from you, Rastafari Ministries, and I appreciate the knowledge.
Good to hear from you, brother.
Thank you, man.
You're not my brother, and I'm not your brother, but good to hear from you, brother.
Yes, sir. Salute, man. Thank you. All right.
All right, peace.
Rastafari Ministries. That man's an ordained minister. Never mind what Star says. You heard him say it, right? Hey, I will see you guys. I'm not sure about tomorrow. I've got some stuff to take care of. But enjoy your holiday in case I don't see you. Folks, please pay attention to my community section. Some of you send me emails. Thank you for that. But a lot of the times you're sending me stuff that we've already posted in the community section. And stories get posted. They're there for hours. And then we move them out because I'm always moving the advertisers back up to the top of the page. And for anybody who wants to be an advertiser, just send me an email, thehater1964@yahoo.com. And hold on a second. Okay, I don't have that on my screen. I don't know where it is. But we move everything back to the top after a couple of weeks if you're an advertiser. And also we have some other promo packages for you as well. All right? You guys.